What in Sam Hill's going on, guys, gals, morons? This is the little Sony. I was going to take this little Sony. This Sony, when I got it, it works fine except for the low pass did not work. And I figured that part out early on. But I want to run this little amp on them little Radio Shack 8s, 8-inch subs. I think this would be a good little match for them. This is the little Sony Explode 222. I cleaned the outside up already and all that stuff, and cleaned the RCA connections up. They were crusty. Cleaned up the speaker terminal. These were all just basically black looking. And I used the flits. If you guys don't remember, this is what I use. And you don't spray it directly on the stuff unless you're pulling these out and you put them in a little plastic cup, spray it on it, it instantly turned back beautiful. And here I use Q-tips, spray it on the Q-tip, and on the bases down here I use little Q-tips after I get the screws out. And it'll be back shiny and beautiful. See there? Pretty. The reason when I clean these boards and shit, when I talk about getting these amps, and I say I always clean them up, and I'll pull the board regardless if it looks like shit or not on top or whatever. This is the bottom. Now look at that. That's a problem. Yes, if it's not a problem, it's going to be. So what you do is you'll spray it down with some WD-40 Specialist or some kind of contact cleaner, circuit board cleaner. Use your toothbrush that you brush your teeth with, yeah, with pubic hairs on it. That looks like dog hair. And you'll clean all that up, and then I'll wash it down with rubbing alcohol, 99%. Not the kind you wipe on to poke a needle in your ass. No, this is for electronics. And make sure it's dry and all before you try to power it back up. But the problem with this one is pretty noticeable. Right off the get-go, I found the problem. There's no little black plastic piece inside the switch. It's gone. I found it. It was laying inside the amp. Well, I do a little bag of shit. It's in here somewhere. Always keep your parts and pieces in a little bag, but you can trust me, that little switch is in there. And I started cleaning off the old white goop. I don't use that. I use gray, silver, which is usually CPU thermal paste. That's what I use. I don't use that white cheap shit. It ain't worth 2 cents. That's why China uses it. It's China and it's cheap. This little switch, I've been working on this little rock turd, which is this is a brand new board, but it's got an issue with it. There's a switch for this is a high pass low pass switch. What I need is off on low pass. So the off on, which it's going to have 6 pins instead of 8. This has 8 pins, and then you got 2 basically are like ground anchors to ground or something like that. Basically what it is. So you count right there. You count 8 on that switch. So I was to show you here. So you got 6 there, but you got 2 additional. So that's 8 pins on that switch. These right here. These are pretty much, if you flip them over, is going to the ground of the board. You can pretty much see that. Hopefully, well, it's hard to see here, but I'll show you on the other one. You'll notice right here, that's where the switch is, right here. count the pins. And it'll tell you what it is. Let me wipe my camera off. 1:40 in the morning, man. Still at it. Never stop. It's 6 pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you'll see on. And then you got you off at low pass. See? So it would basically just click on, off, and then that's it. It's just a two-part switch. That's all it does. It don't go clickety click click. No, it's just two. Like this one, you'll hear it go click 3 times. So 1, middle, that way. This one will just be on, off. So I've got to find an on-off 6 pin right here. Desolder this. Use the old solder sucker. I call this Linda Lovelace. Yeah, she suck it good. And use you some desoldering wick and get the rest of the bullshit off. And just pull that switch and find another one to go in its place and just put it back in there. It just needs to be the same size. I should have something laying around here. I keep a lot of old amps that are just duds, or you know, and they got good switches or whatever. But I wanted to show you what I'm working on. And the reason I'm doing this one because I want to hook this up to the little Radio Shack speakers. I think this will be a good little combo. This is a 222 amplifier. It's got sinking transistors, shit like that. This is a nice ass damn. Of course, got the Rubicon capacitors. Can't go wrong with those. They always look great. I've already lubed this up right here with the specialist so it'll turn easy, and because it was really sticky. Just thought I'd show you what's going on. This is a little Sony board, so I'll see if I can't find something here instead of having to dig on the internet to get a little switch. I should have something available for that, and that's why I do this, to show you how to save money. Do it yourself. It's not that damn hard. And don't use that white bullshit. It ain't no good. No, it's just cheap. That's why they use it. You guys take care. Have a great day. I'll get this thing fixed up. Try to get it on the little realistic subs, and we'll see what it sounds like, because this is a little sound quality amp. And it should sound good and perform well. You guys take care. Have a good evening. See you.